Good morning, saints and patriots. Um, I read an article the other day talked about shrinkflation. And this is one of those moments where I had an aha. Um, but what's happening is some products, a number of products, smaller packaging, less in it, and costing more. Now, this isn't the first time we've seen this. This happened back during the Obama administration. Notice these things are happening under Democratic administrations. And the housing bust in 2008, and the gas prices started skyrocketing, yeah, and so on. Um, I live in Florida, and I'm a big fan of Publix, which is a local and regional supermarket. I was buying coffee from Publix. And before all this happened, the whatever the brand was I was buying, they had, I think it was 16 ounces, either 15 or 16 ounces of coffee in the bag. And then it dropped to 14.5, but the price was still the same. So technically, I was paying more for less. Okay. And there are a number of other products where I noticed that. And now it's not you're only paying you're not paying more for the same amount of food. You're paying more for even less food. So what they've done is let's say you're used to getting 8 ounces of something and they've reduced it to, let's say, 6.5. And let's say, for example, what you paid for the 8 ounces was $5. And now they've reduced it to 6.5 and they want you to pay $6 for it. Okay. Um, I've spent a lot of time on conservative media, conservative platforms, because I know I'm going to get a little bit more accurate information. Number of months ago, actually, it was quite a while ago. I believe it was back in 2020. One of the things I said, if you want to get down to the truth, whatever mainstream media is telling you, the opposite is true, which we are finding out. The opposite of what they're saying is true. I have iHeartRadio playing in the background, one of the conservative radio stations, and they were talking about something. Somebody was saying that we're not going to go into recession, and talked about why I didn't get into it because they really didn't expound on that. It was quoting somebody, and that's false. I Just a few days ago, somebody was saying we're heading for depression, and somebody commented that, well, the depression means there's going to be, a high unemployment and all. And I believe we're headed in that direction. And you might be thinking, how are we going to end up with high unemployment when all these jobs are available? One, people aren't taking the jobs. Okay. Two, another article I read, actually, I think it was an article I read, it may have been a news report on conservative radio, where Target sales are down. Target took a hit this quarter because a lot of product is staying on the shelves. People aren't shopping. People are holding on to their money because gas prices are so high. So Target isn't able to take in new product. And this is going to start happening, not just in Target, it's going to start happening in my favorite market, Publix. It's going to start happening in Winn Dixie. It's going to start happening in a lot of retail stores where there's going to be product staying on the shelves because people aren't shopping. And what's going to happen is that monies aren't coming in and they're going to start laying off people. That's how we're going to get to depression. Okay. Now, even I'm contributing to that just simply because I like to buy organic products. And I have these tortillas that I buy. The only place I can find them is about a 30-minute plus drive from where I live. It's in an area called Wesley Chapel. Um, and the other week, I did some shopping and I stopped by a friend's house, and I thought to myself, you know what? It's time for me to start making my own tortillas. Um, and I like to buy the bigger ones because I like to use them for wraps. It's like I can make those, and that's what it's come down to. I I kind of stray away from the shelf stable stuff just simply because if you don't die, don't buy. You know, have all those chemicals in there to keep it on the shelf for extended periods of time. Um, when they talk about the fertilizer shortage and paying more for fertilizer, and I'm say I need to start researching how to compost. One of the things I started doing a few years ago was actually start my own vegetable garden. I do a container garden. Um, I kind of let it go a little bit to the wayside during the spring. After my mother's death, it was just one of those things where I just really couldn't get into it. And with the price of everything going up, it's like, you know what? I got to keep this garden going. Somebody was appalled when I forget they were talking about $7 for a tomato seedling and all that and so on and so forth. It's like, that $7 seedling is going to yield you about a good $70 worth of tomatoes. If you keep it fertilized and watered and take care of it, you're gonna get your money's worth out of that $7 that you invest. Um, so that's where I think things are heading. Um, so be aware. Think of where you can cut costs because I know people are struggling everywhere, even people who are making have good salaries. Everybody's suffering. And the Biden administration doesn't seem to care. They talk of a plan, but they never seem to reveal that plan, the exact plan and how they're going to implement it. They just say, oh, well, we have this plan and we're going to do something about this. No, they're not. They want this. They want us. They want this. They want to break the economy. If you haven't figured that out, you've been sleeping under a stone.